And welcome back to another Bestestimes Reborn YouTube video. I'm your host Brad. It is currently 5:55 AM on Monday the 19th of January 2026. Sorry about the camera moving around too much. Current temperature is 25.0 degrees Celsius. Feels like 29.4. Possible shower. 25% chance of 3 millimeters of rain, 93% humidity. Okay, let's move along. I'm your host Brad and welcome to Bestestimes Reborn. Okay, so this is Ibis Street. Continue along, beat this car. Not that we'd have to wait too long. We'll get started on this video. Super cheap auto. Somewhere we don't usually show is all this part. So here, Ibis Street, where that little bridge is. So the lighting's not 100% at this hour. But we do what we can. Until the lighting gets a bit better. I'll turn it up, the brightness up a little bit. I can't believe it's getting closer and closer and closer to February already. This month has gone so fast up to now. Sometimes it feels slow when you're actually in it, and then you look back, all of a sudden it's like February, March, April. Oh, yeah. Anyway, we'll continue this walk along our merry way, creating our family-friendly content so we can all look back, see what it was like, see what the town was like. So if you were walking along on this particular time, on this particular day, this is what you would have seen around. Try not to walk too fast so we can see a lot of the details. So I find myself lately walking a lot faster than normal. Just naturally. It's just the way my body naturally does it. Get out of the heat, get out of the rain, you know, all that sort of thing. So you build up a sort of speed that my body gets used to. So I have to stop myself and slow down. Anyway, let's continue on our walk to town and around. Oot and a boot. Shout out to any Canadians watching. Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Just the country at least. City and town if you want to. Charles Street. Getting a bit of detail in. There'll be times where I'll just stop, show a little bit more in this particular video. You can see a bit more details, all that. Thank you, power equipment. I want to show that properly. Never know. You never know about any businesses that might close down. Hopefully, I don't wish any harm on any businesses closing down or anything like that, but you just never know. So, you know, you capture them while it's possible. Simple as that. I wish I had a camera with a wider angle lens, like the Osmo Action 6 with the screw-on wide angle lens. It'd be amazing to have. go down Dove Street just a little bit. You can see a bit more detail down here. One we don't show as often. We do go down here now and then, but when they're open and that, it's a bit harder to show. There's NQ Power Mechanical and North Coast Machinery, and the shed that used to be part of Innisfail Building Supplies. Next one here. It's not anymore, of course. But yes. Won't go all the way down. Back of Pet's Domain. It looks like a completely different building from behind. Yankee Power Equipment. All their bins and things. Where Mac Mowers used to be. Shout out to Mac Mowers. The people who owned that, I'm not going to say their names, but I do know. I actually know them. I know her. Shout out to her. Shout out for always being friendly. Having chats and things, which I enjoy. The old Mac mowers there, where it used to open up the awning there where they had mowers and things. If they have any photos, or anyone has any photos of Mac mowers, feel free to put it on old new Innisfail photos on Facebook. That would be much appreciated. There's Open Fire Hunter and Grill. They were stopping there and just showing that little bit extra. Remember there was a ladies' gym in here at one stage. Yeah, ladies only gym. It wasn't too long, but it was there. Anyway. Hasty's buses used to be over here. Or one of their places. This one used to be GF Rural Supplies. Street here is Swan Street. Yeah, I don't know what this business is here. This place is here. It's probably part of that M plus our electrical wholesaling next door. Plumber going off, of course. Cane Pumping and Irrigation. So that's Swan Street. This is Cane Pumping and Irrigation, which has been here for donkey's years. Those birds are going off, as they do. I wonder if they're having a chat with another bird or just going off trying to warn people against going down there. Trying to stop me from going down there. It worked. So, still in Charles Street. Charles. P-U-R-S-H-H-O. Oh, sorry. P-U-R-S-E-H-O-U-S-E. Rural. Purse House Rural? Guess that's how you say it. Never heard anyone say it, so GF Rural Supplies. We'll go across in a sec once this ute goes past, so we can see a bit more detail best we can. There used to be O'Brien's windscreen or something in there for a while next door, where the garden centre part is. Yeah. The old signage, just in case they ever get rid of that. It is a little worse for wear, that signage now. Now we're coming up on the laundromat. Been there for years now. There used to be Sud Sisters, where part of Harvey Norman is now, where they expanded to, down the Ron and Dan's end. It was Sud's sisters, which was a laundromat and dry cleaner and all that. Yeah, I think you could drop off dry cleaning. Yeah, that was how it was done. So those dongers, or whatever you want to call them, that they put in after Cyclone Larry. That is your laundromat. I've walked inside once and shown on video a while back. It's hard to show it now when there's people in there. That's the O lantern. If you know, you know. It's a reference that a friend of mine would know. Sun's coming right out, so as soon as the sun gets above the tree lines, it starts getting really hot. So we're nearly in Lily Street at the corner of Charles and Lily. We might actually go down this way, down towards Clare Street and all that, Kmart, etc. A little bit run down here. Very overgrown, some of this. People have been driving on here. They really need a proper road put in along here. Pardon me. Next to this pathway. But yeah, people come and park over here. I've seen that many times. So there's potholes and wrecked grass and all that. Anyway, we'll continue along towards Clare Street. Show a little bit of a different way than I often do. Going the extra mile, as they say, but it's extra kilometre. Being in Australia, let's go by kilometres. For those who don't know. There's back where we just came from. The lighting's getting better and better as time progresses, as expected. Work out where to go as I go along. Sometimes, the majority of the time I have it worked out. Okay, I'm going to go here, 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 here. Then other times it's like, be spontaneous and work it out as we go along, which I'm quite happy to do. Adds to the content. It's the Council Works Department just here. Oh, guy with a huge dog coming along. I think he's struggling with the dog. He's got it on the leash. Good, I think he was struggling to get it on the leash. That was the issue. It's a bit of a worry, a bit walking along.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you? Yeah. Yeah. Saw the camera and realised. I think some people say hello because they know they're on camera, or some say hello. A lot of them are to be nice, but I think sometimes it's like, oh, they sort of realise. Oh, most people are trying not to show. Just people off in the distance, and that sometimes you see them. Fox Environmental Systems. There you go. Sometimes it's nice to show business names and that, because you never know, things might change. And businesses exist and they don't exist, and then they do exist, and different ones and that over the years. So you get to see old business names and symbols and logos and all that. Council. Other council people know what they do. Some wave, some don't. Some are nice and friendly, some aren't. But that's alright. Whatever works. Castlereagh Coast Regional Council Employees Car Park. Remember when the car park used to be across from here? Where the Kmart car park is. Yeah, the Works Department car park was there. And BBC hardware. If anyone's got any photos of the actual Innisfail BBC hardware, please put them on old new Innisfail photos on Facebook. It's all stuff like that I find really interesting. I've got memories of. If you've got photos of anywhere around, Sepand to Cardboard in between and including, would be great. Much appreciated. I made a mixed history album for my old new Innisfail photos on Facebook page, and you realise how many businesses have come and gone over the years, even just in the time that I've been taking photos. Oh, I wish I had photos from the 90s and the 80s around Innisfail, CBD and all that. That'd be great. If anyone has any, feel free to put them on. It'd be much appreciated. I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate it. Even from the 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, all that. All appreciated. Very much so. See how Roscoe's over there. So we're just coming out of Clare Street onto Ernest Street, River Avenue, Brest Highway. I think River Avenue starts just over the bridge. Up here going by Google Maps and all that, and other maps over the years. So there's your Works Department, just here. Let's show a bit more detail. Keep finding myself speeding up. Just Kmart, towards Subway, Domino's, McDonald's, BP, KFC, all that down that way. This is starting to get quite warm now. Might go past Loth Park. Somebody mentioned the other day they were looking for an outdoor basketball court, and someone mentioned this Loth Park. They didn't say Loth Park, but they said near the roundabout, and that's been gone. Hasn't been maintained for maybe about 20 years or more. The council maintained the pathway one time when I let them know through Snap Send Solve, and it was great, but they never maintained the basketball court. That was a Rotary thing, Rotary or Lions Club or something, one of those, and just never got maintained. Sadly, we've been calling it it wasn't the best location to be putting it, like that half court thing at Warrina Lakes. That basketball hoop, that should be maintained and put in a actual half court at least. A regulation size half court would be great. That's Hogan and Associates. But we'll go down where the basketball court used to be, since so many people have mentioned it. There should be public basketball courts, it'd be great. They just need to be maintained, pressure washed, cleaned, looked after. And but we'll go down where the courts used to be, but I can't walk through the pathway and all that because it's very, very overgrown. I'd get covered in mosquitoes and spiders and anything under the sun. And then sometimes people are camping in there, so you can't really do anything through there. So but we'll cross over to walk on the I don't know. We'll see what we can do. But I remember years ago, it used to be like a nature walk through there. Back when I was in high school, there was a nature walk through there, and there was pamphlets you could get to find out information about it, which I wish I had. Yeah. I think up here I might be able to get onto the pathway, cross over, but through this part here, no. You can see a couple of bush turkeys. Scrub turkeys, whatever you want to call them, through there. Yeah, I can walk through this part. Shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, through there, so overgrown and just not regularly maintained. personally wouldn't go through there. But I have seen people camping up here, so you got to be careful, because you just got to go around this way or go down this way. And I did a scooter ride video where I rode through here when they cleaned it up. And I'm sure people have come down here since that was mentioned on Facebook and seen that it's very overgrown, very unlooked after. The backboard and all that was there for years, and all of a sudden it wasn't. So there was a seat over there near the entrance sign, which is long gone now. But this is the old basketball court here. Yeah, it's very sad that it was never properly maintained. I don't see the point in putting in infrastructure like this and just not looking after it. It could probably be done up and used again if the council put some money towards it. But yeah, I don't know if anyone's living in there at the moment, so I'm not going to go too close to the entrance and that. But there's all these little park things for the different trees and all that. Oh, I did go through there back when you could. Maybe about 10 years ago. There's a trolley in there and that. Yeah. I do have a video going through Loft Park and all that. So there's your works department across there and the roundabout and all that. Yeah, I'm getting covered in mosquitoes, so I'm not going to go too far around. Even with the mosquito bracelet, I haven't got anything on my legs or anything to protect, like air guard or anything. So there's the other pathway. Yeah, it's sad. Sad that this was never really maintained. You used to see people at it back in originally. Yeah, I just thought it was a very silly spot where the ball could go on the road easily. Wasn't the safest place to be having it, but anyway. I'm going to go and drive down there towards the town pool, what used to be called the Innisfail Memorial Baths. So yeah, it's sad that none of this was maintained. I personally wouldn't walk through the nature walk anymore. Probably some unsafe things through there. I'm sure if you use your imagination you can work it out. This is a family friendly channel, so I'm not going to mention that, but anyway, yeah, so I personally wouldn't walk through any of this. Just safety. Be nice if you could, for you know, another extra place decent to walk would be great, with pathways and stuff. We'll go down and show the Loft Park signage and all that. There's the back of the old Roscoe's and Hogan and Associates. Used to be Hogan and Hogan. Cut in the corner, which I don't like. It's not really safe. That one did it too. Yeah, this is a very wide pathway. I wish they'd cut this back, because if you were riding a push bike along here, it'd be horrible. One of our multitude of photos. Get as many photos as possible. Good to look back on. Let's go through and turn around and get some more photos for the Snaps and Solve while we're here. So we can, hopefully they'll cut this back, make it nicer. Yeah, we're not going to go over to the thing, it's a bit slushy and all that, but I'll get photos so we can have a look once I've added this. See how yuck it is here, and I'll get my photo. I just wish other people would report all this sort of stuff, so that more likely for the council to do something about it. But anyway, let's get away from all these mosquitoes. Don't want any mosquito diseases and all that. Ross River and whatnot. It's all overgrown here too. To the point where you can't walk under it. That's how bad it is. Yeah, it's pretty bad, this part here. Big weeds and stuff that are grown. Makes it a bit of a hazard. A lot of a hazard. Nearly at the point of covering that sign. Backpacker's shack over there, the multicoloured one. With the Jowai Hall here. All the way along here, it's pretty bad. Oh. I've reported it before, but seems like it needs to be done again. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's hard to tell. It actually grows out onto the road, this part. Yeah, it mightn't show up in video very well how full on this is. It needs to be cut right down and got rid of some of this. Yeah, ridiculous. But there's your Chowai Hall. Chowai housing, all that. And the town pool up here. Very popular in the mornings. But yeah, it's sort of an obstacle course coming through here. You wouldn't want to come through here on a bike or a scooter or something where you're up a little higher than that. It could be dangerous. This whole thing needs to be pressure washed, leaf blown, and everything cut back, right back. Even some of the stuff that's just weeds, this would be poisoned. Not just sticks everywhere. There's the memorial baths. This is good on there these days. Not sure too much because there is people coming in and out of there regularly. So yeah, this here sometimes is a few degrees cooler. You come along because of all the shade. Not much actual sun gets on here. Oh. It's a nice tree canopy and the lighting's just right here at the moment. So we'll stand here and enjoy that for a sec. Hopefully it shows up good on camera. Wow, yeah, nice. We like to see the beauty around us. One of our slogans. Get some more photos while we're here. Well, it's good to capture stuff like this. Trying to get photos of the perfect lighting. And it's just the right lighting at the moment for like selfies and things like that. Johnson River, South Johnson River through there. Do what we can. Oh, yeah, it's getting quite warm now. Nearly time to turn around and go home, but no, I don't give up that easy. Let's look back where we just came from. There's this beautiful tree canopy here. Pity about the mosquitoes and other insects. Big downside. Sometimes there's people fishing down the bottom of this. Of course there's a Woolworths trolley. And the new ones didn't take long for people to start getting them all around from places. Saw an old Woolworths trolley the other day, the old school ones. Somewhere on a walk. Johnson River. It's like all pollution and stuff coming down. Yeah, I've seen people fishing down the bottom here. Just quickly show it. They're down here. With all the crocodiles and stuff, probably not the best idea. But yeah, we'll show the pollution coming down. Looks like oil and stuff on there. I've seen little fishies in here too. I've zoomed in on that and shown from this spot. There's some debris in the water coming down too. Waiting for that to come, that's why I'm standing here that little bit longer. For the debris to catch up. Debris. Over Coronation Drive direction, that way, where the sun is at the moment. Anyway, we're getting close to the debris coming down. Oh, don't know what that was, but some sort of fish. I don't know if it showed up on camera. See the ripple effect from it. Hopefully you saw that on camera. Just above the bottom tree line here. But yeah, you can see all the debris coming, the debris. Hopefully that shows up on camera. To zoom in, I've got to stop the recording, zoom in, start the recording. And when I want to stop the zoom, I've got to stop the recording, zoom back out, and start the recording again. So, see why it's a hassle. Trying to get the bigger one coming, the bigger things in the water. I assume that would show up, just the lighting, the sun the way it is. It's a beautiful spot here, it's just the mosquitoes and things. And the way people trash it down the bottom part. And it's all overgrown. This Woolworths trolley. Interesting to show, so we can look back and see what the trolleys were like. It's the smaller trolleys. It's overgrown here too. This was supposed to be a bird watching thing. It never had the name on there, but when the, like there was never a sign saying, but when the council put it up on Facebook about it, they mentioned that it was, yeah, for bird watching and that. So it's overgrown up here. It really needs a lot of maintenance. Someone's made that into a swing. Just here. This vine and that, I wouldn't be swinging on something like that. Not safe. There you go. It looked like someone's shielding their face. I wasn't even facing the camera over there. I don't know if they might have been doing that from the sun or who knows. It's overgrown here. They need to come along and really maintain all this regularly. I know it's big work, but you know. Don't think the council has as many workers as they used to. McGowan Drive. Wait for the vehicle to go past. What if it's that laundromat one that I keep seeing? The laundry services thing. Used to be a regular thing. Yep. Parsons laundry service. Yeah, I often see that around lately. Anyway, we'll go up. Follow McGowan Drive, I think. We've got to go up to this crossing. Senior Citizens Hall parking only. This is Senior Citizens Hall. I've shown that for a little while. But close up. It was on the 1 minute per location video, the last one. From across when I was up on the car park up here. Basically above the off-street parking sign. Yeah, people don't have to stop for you here, so some people do and they wave you across, which I really appreciate. Coles trolleys have been there for a while. There's Owen Street towards the taxis. And then it's Ingun Temple and all that. There used to be people coming out of there that often. They stopped for me, I stopped for them, and then they stopped for me and let me go across. So I highly appreciate it. Remember this mural that used to be here? I've got videos of the mural. Yeah, I made sure I got that. I didn't know they were getting rid of it either until someone told me. So, oh, okay, they could warn people so they could go and take photos and video and put it on Facebook if you, even 2 or 3 days before they get rid of it. So people would come and get photos and videos and all this stuff. Yeah, it was the same location video I did. Photo I did when I was doing the 1 minute per location the other day, and it was showed these stairs here from up the top looking down to here. You can see the mural there, and you can see the now. Yeah, it's sad that they get rid of stuff like that because it looks so nice. They just painted over it. They could have taken the aluminium sheets off. I think they're aluminium, and yeah, you could have taken them to the museum or something like that. I don't know. It's something it's worth saving for history, or could have moved them to somewhere else. They're all painted on these aluminium sheets. They could have just got someone to restore the paintwork and all that. Would have been great, but nope. This is one thing I want to look. People have said over the time that Collins Cordial was moved to behind here. And I've gone down here so many times and had a look when people were saying that. And at the time, this is going back a couple of years ago, there was no signage or anything. Here's where you used to go up to go into up to Woolworths and all that, and the arcades and things. Very unlooked after. Anyway, can't do so much going through here because it's quite dark and dingy. It should be brighter so people don't do the wrong thing. And, but I don't know if we can get through here. It's been a while since I've come under here at all. So this is under Woolworths, which used to be Centrepoint Arcade. There's still remnants of Centrepoint here. Yeah, it fascinates me that this is still here. One day it'll be gone, or someone will paint over it. Just want to go clean it. I can only show so much. Yeah, wanting centre point shoppers only, private property. Right there, the old remnants. Get another photo of it. Plenty of photos over the time, but there used to be an on-tie sign down here for a long time, but it's gone. I've got photos of it. You can see it in my slideshow video where it says on-ties on a cage out there. Anyway, let's move along. Just quickly show this. Who remembers the... I've never found anyone that will comment on it anyway. There used to be on a Sunday, I don't know how often, probably once a month, there was a old mate here. They used to have like a car boot sale type of thing under Woolworths on a Sunday. Yeah, when the shops were closed on Sundays. So there is a Collins Cordial truck here. But we'll go out and have a look if we can. But yeah, we'll just quickly show under the car park and that. But yeah, another centre point shoppers signage there. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't park a bike or something down here, it's not the safest. They should have one of them upstairs, in the upstairs car park. The old toilets have been closed for years now. Yeah, I don't think they'll ever be opened again. People trashed them too much. Anyway, let's go have a look. Collins Cordial part. The taxi's coming under here. I don't know what taxi, but weird look at the lady. Another guy driving past. Yeah, we haven't gone through here for a while. The old door was still here from the Centrepoint days. We used to go up the ramp where the shoe repair place was. Yeah, they're still there. The same doors. Probably here. Yeah, these would be the same tiles too. These ones here. Mouldy and yuck. Around. But yeah, this is where people say Collins Cordials and that is. Well, the vehicle's there, of course. Collins Cordial's truck. So we'll just quickly show it. Quickly as a reference for a friend of mine. If you know, you know. Here's where the on-tie sign used to be. This is the back of the old on-ties, if you're wondering where I am. Sorry if I'm on camera, I'm just security camera, I'm just showing this for history. Getting the Collins Cordial's truck riding on there for anyone watching. Yeah, there's no actual Collins Cordial signage through here. That's, yeah, run down at the back there. But anyway, we won't linger too long. I don't like loitering places like this. This is just all for history, so I can look back and see. I wonder what this old motor's all about. Looks like an old motor, an old engine or something. Yeah. Random place to have it. Tanks of some sort. Reserve parking, classic cuts. Empire Cafe, Innisfail Medical Centre, and Innisfail Medical Centre. There we go. Anyway, we're going to go up the lift and everything and out. That might be the best way. With me. Yeah. So it's interesting to show under here. You never know, things change. Might get done up eventually, hopefully. So old chappy here. Been there for a few years now, that I can remember. Well, this is open. Maybe, maybe not. No. Yes, it is. Don't need to show through here much. history. Pretty detailed while we're waiting for the lift. Stairs there. It's an Otis lift. Oh, ground floor. It's an Otis. Elevators, co-prime limited. Shout out to Alex in Toronto, who likes to show a lot of elevators and lifts and things in his videos. If he's watching, let us know in the comments. Because there's the steels. And the stairs down, so we're in the Innisfail Food Emporium now. It's just steels to downstairs where we came in the lift. Everything. So, yeah, it's interesting to see all the intricate details of this place coming out in classic cuts. Styled by Warrina, T-R-I-N-A. It's got written there. It's where Epic Employment used to be for a bit there. There used to be pop-ups for, I forget, one of the health insurance places, with MBF for one of them. Yeah. So we're in the Innisfail Food Emporium. It's where Seafood and Eat It used to be, and then Bestestimes. Bestestimes was here for like 18 years or something. Something crazy like that. So they're old slushy machines. Interesting to show. Look back. The old slushy machine. ICS Pacific has got written in there. But yeah, it's interesting for history to show all this. Yeah, 18 years. It closed on the 31st of the 3rd, 2025. Interesting. That's their best gen. Some of the signage still there. Sorry, this camera's not that good with wide angle close up. But standing back like this, yes. But being close up to something and showing it, it's not as good. Here's your, what's it called here? The fountain that they haven't had going for years. I've got photos and videos of it actually going back in the day. So we just come out of from the left and all that just before. There's your classic cuts and your gorgeous nails and spa. Trying to get as best video as I can, so when we look back, you can see detail and all that. I'd love to have video through here in the 90s. I recorded a video, and a friend of mine recorded a video through here, the early 2000s, which still had a lot of the stuff from the 90s in the place, and had it on VHS-C videotapes, I think they were. Mine never ended up on DVD, I don't think. I know I lent it to a friend of mine, whatever format it went on, VHS or whatever, and I never saw it again. I don't know if he still got it. I keep asking him about it, but I think he forgets. And see if he still got it, because he keeps stuff. Because it'd be awesome to show on here. Wouldn't be the highest quality, nothing like now, but you know, it still would be cool to show. It'd be awesome to show on here. And that on Bestestimes Reborn on YouTube. There's Woolworths, one of the entrances. This is where if you see my photos, where the video easy machine and that used to be in an ATM behind here. So you had to walk through there. There are spare trolleys and that there. This is Empire Cafe. It's originally Gloria Jeans in this spot. Show through while we can. Well, there's no one in here. Towards Brumby's direction. Yeah, the more detail the better, because you just never know what's going to change. There used to be a pet store down the other end where we were just before, where Classic Cuts is. And gorgeous nails. Yeah. Innisfail forest line still here. I took a photo of this years ago and it's still there. Still in there. This PowerPoint's a bit wonky here. The angle it's on. But anyway, gets much detail. Oh, there's next door to no one in here. Travelators. I've got photos of the travelators getting put in. Yeah. When they weren't even there, there was just a blank part. There was no ramp, there was no travelators. Yep, one of the other entrances to Woolworths. Travelators. Where the ramp and that used to be. In memory of John Moses, director of Innisfail Food Emporium, the owners of the centre. Oh, there you go. Never seen that here before. We'll get a photo of that. I think that's new. It's really new. There you go. You can see it on the end of the video too. I'll put it up. The owners of the centre. Right, let's continue along. Yeah, I've never seen that there before, so it must be in the last few days. I'll put up there. It's Torrey's Pharmacy. Oh, this was a bit trash when I come along one time too. It looks like it's been restored, fixed in that. This part here. Yeah, there you go. In loving memory of John M.O.S.E.S. Moses, director of Innisfail Food Emporium Proprietary Limited, the owners of this centre. Must have passed away. Well, there you go. It's hard to get all the details. You know, people come in and out of things. It is 6:47 a.m. Still pretty early. Still another hour and a bit till Woolworths and that open. Yes. Life Your Way. Remember that being an Optus store for a little while? Run by Harvey Norman. Who remembers hot walking that being in here? Yeah, like a hot walk type of situation. And a Philippines restaurant in the same spot, takeaway place. And the Art Deco Society had a part where the hairdresser is now, the Classic Cuts is now. There's Life Your Way down there, one of the parts of it, which is the day service and training facilities down there. Alan's Timber Creations, custom made, inquire within. Can't read the writing of that properly because it's all swirly sort of writing. This one here. Probably better read it on video better. Showcasing people's creativity. I like that. Made by Chriselle. K-R-I-S-H-E-L-L-E. So these ones here, these earrings and things and pens down the bottom. I think that's what the other one says too, just in different writing when I was trying to read before. So this is your Innisfail Food Emporium. Used to be Central Markets for a while. Before that it was Central Arcade. Trying to get all our detail while we can. Like I said, while there's not many people. Torrey's Pharmacy. Hopefully it shows up nice and clear. Let us know in the comments your memories of this arcade, what you remember being in here. I remember there being a news agent, a travel agent, Central News and all that. I think it was owned by the Kennedy's news agency people. The news agent in here anyway. So I think there's a chappie sitting there. Right. Morning. Ghostbusters. All this was Franklin's. IGA before. After that, Central Markets. Yeah, trying not to show old mate. Old mate sitting there. Out of respect. Oh, it's quite warm. Quite warm in here. Too. Most of the time they don't have the air conditioning on. Well, I've walked 4 kilometres so far. So it'll be about 10 by the time I get home. 10 kilometres. You see how it works? Lifeline. Remember this being Miller's. I remember there being a homeware shop right here on the end. Yeah, when this first opened, it was a homeware shop, pots and pans and cutlery, like Robin's Kitchen style thing. I think it was independent. That same style of place. But anyway, who remembers there being a little stage? We're part of the Empire Cafe is now. Little stage. It was hardly ever used. I think it was a waste of time. They put a Christmas tree or something on there and that would be about it. There's the Litsingung Temple. Sorry if I say that wrong. It was always known as the Chinese Joss house when I was growing up. It's the outside of Food Emporium. One of the main entrances. All that. Owen Street entrance. Still got Central Arcade on the bus stop signage. Yeah. And yeah, they've still got Central Arcade on there. Well, we'll go across the road and show across to here soon. So not one of the ways down. People just trashed it, don't care. They had to close this in because of people stuffing around the fire hydrants and that. Sadly. But there's your Central Arcade still written there. Part of history is still there. I like that that's still there. I'm going to get a photo over here. Might as well. There's people walking past, so be careful not to get them in the shot.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Good, thanks. Yeah. Beautiful day.
Yeah, it is.
I'm quite happy. Happy people. Owen Street. Show the name front of the arcade, Innisfail Food Emporium. Very well might pass in a way whether they'll sell it. Make it done up properly and looked after and all that. Show what we can. Or we can walk in the middle. Sort of a taxi rank in the middle where the taxis park. And that one, there's too many taxis at the rank and that. This part here, so I'm trying to show this signage. Or this signage. Just quickly. Get a couple of photos. Continue on our walk. Might be too much longer to walk, so that I can get home before it gets stifling hot. It's already hot now, but yeah. It's Westbury's. Well known, well established Innisfail business. It's been around forever. Maybe not forever, but it's been around a very long time. The Litsingung Temple, it's closed now, so it's Innisfail Chinese Community Limited. Temple open most days. There's a website there, if you want to have a look. I recorded a video of their Chinese New Year one year. They invited me to come and record it, so that's on my YouTube. It's quite good. I don't know why they never asked me back other times. They liked one of the videos I recorded of the temple at just a standard everyday time when I came there, and they asked me to come and do it. say? It's a taxi rank. So they don't know way past. Just don't want taxis to think I'm trying to get a taxi, which I'm not. I'm just walking past, showing video history. Got taxis, stuff there. Taxi. And as well as CBD, it'd be nice if the taxi company kept it maintained and cleaned and all the stuff. Yeah. All the stuff everywhere. But then the general public that use this, the ones that do the wrong thing, shouldn't be doing that, shouldn't be leaving all this stuff everywhere. They could look after it too. I mean, realistically, there's a bin right here. Yeah. Innisfail City Motel. We're just going to go to where I get my soft drink and then finish the video there and I can go home. Cool down. I think they said the heat wave's finished, but still hot. Well, what they class as a heat wave is just normal for here. Still hot though. Still ridiculously hot. Far North Clothing Co. This is new. Had a look at their website the other day. Yeah, they got a bit of items. Westies barbers, lollies and more, and picnics. Yeah, there's that lady that said I was walking like a yo-yo across the road. Over there. It's always on the basically the Finnished corner. This hour, walking around like a yo-yo. Come on, thank. I'm gonna show these people ATMs. Yeah, it's a hard one. It's funny how some people react when they see a camera. I'm trying my best not to show them. And a Realty, where Bob Carter's office used to be to my left. It's here. We're going to R2 and where the soup kitchen used to be, the Global Care Soup Kitchen. The basement, 66 Edith Street. But the old basement signage is still there. It's not the original basement signage, but it's something anyway. There's a Hungry Jack's cup up on top of the main A&A Realty sign there. EB Games. They said that EB Games in New Zealand closed down. I read an article. Yeah. I don't know if this one's going to close down. Interesting. I'd like to get video in there, just in case it closes down. Of course, it's not open at this hour. It's where Innisfail Family Health used to be. Harvey Norman and Chandler's before that. And Harvey Norman Music was where the CTC cigarettes, tobacco and cigars place is. Who remembers the Street Cafe being here and the Continental Cafe? Wow. If anyone's got any photos of those, far out, that'd be awesome to see. Or if anyone knows of anyone that's got them, they can get copies of or something put up. It'd be great. But anyway, we'll finish the video here. Someone come out and he's looking really grumpy at me. So, common sense says to stop. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is the best time to keep the memories alive for us and future generations to see. Check the links in the description for other videos and things. If you want to donate to the channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. That's the best way to do it. If you want to help the channel out in other ways, just like, share, comment, subscribe, watch the full videos all the way through. That always helps. Check out all the other videos and things. Or even just leaving one of the playlists playing when you go out or something. Just gives me watch time, watch minutes, all that sort of stuff, and views. Always helps the channel out when they do that, when people do that. They go to one of the playlists, like the Innisfail playlist or whatever, and press play all, just leave it going. Always helps. Jet ski. Yeah, all that sort of stuff really helps the channel out. But anyway, thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay cool, and we'll catch you in the next one. Stay tuned for photos, as always, end of the video if I've taken photos and stuff. You'll know, because I'll mention it as I go along. No, we're just going to show the outside of BB games and then finish the video. You just never know. With all the ones in New Zealand closing down, and there was bedlam with people going crazy buying stuff. There's nothing on the Australian EB Games website, so don't know. The Australian one's going to close down, but just in case. It's all video games and anime stuff and all that for people who don't know. Merchandise and little, you know, figurines and clothing and all that sort of stuff too. I don't know if you can see in there. We'll try and get in there if it's still open. No signage saying they're closing, but you just never know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know in the comments. Share your thoughts and comments. And we'll catch you in the next one.